Hey everyone, welcome to another Friday with Dannphan stream. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit ill prepared for this one. Normally I have like a bunch of different topics that we go through all at the end of the week type topics, and then just do a stream to briefly talk about a few of said topics. But right now I don't really have a lot of topics. I have like one topic that I wanted to talk about. And maybe we'll talk about Cowboy Bebop getting canceled since that's relevant, sort of. I mean, did anyone not predict that Cowboy Bebop would get canceled? It's pretty bad when you have a show that even people on the left side don't like. Basically everyone disliked that show. That's not good. It's not the best. Hopefully, everything is coming through fine on the stream. It looks like I'm dropping in and out on my Wi-Fi thing. It's very bleh. But yeah, I guess you guys tell me if I'm dropping in and out. Maybe I'll switch to another. Yeah, switch to another connector or something. Did you get to play any Pokemon Go while on vacation? No, I don't really play Pokemon Go. Who can tell why Netflix does what it does is a mystery to me. Yeah, what was that other show that like was controversial recently? Santa Incorporated or Santa Inc., I guess is the correct way to say it, but whatever. I heard that got a second season and I don't know how. I don't know. I also saw it like trending on Twitter again today. So I don't know if Seth Rogen said something else stupid, but wouldn't surprise me. Definitely wouldn't surprise me. Thank you for the donation, Maverick. Poof, you think you can just show up unprepared and people will what? Just give you money in super chats? I know. I'm lagging on my work, my job to make these streams extra fantastic for you. I I should be better prepared. It's my fault. There won't be a JoJo video. I haven't watched it yet. Honestly, I'm guilty. I have not watched it yet. I've had it on a list of things that I have to watch. And I just finished up Arcane this week. And I just busted that video out recently. And then nobody cared about that video. And I was like, well, why did I suffer through watching all of this just for people to not care? But whatever. I guess I picked the wrong one to watch. I should have watched JoJo. That should have been where my energy went. Arcane was fine, but my god, it was slow. And it was slow in a weird way because there was a lot of stuff happening in the episodes, just not stuff that I was particularly interested in. It's like it's a half of the things I was interested in. I liked the Arcane video. Well, thank you. At least someone appreciates me around here. But yeah, I have not yet started watching JoJo. I do plan to. I'll have my dog present for that first review. I don't know if I'll review it episode by episode or just watch the whole series and then do a full review because I think somebody said that all the episodes were released at once. I don't know. Oddly enough, I started watching. I'm not watching JoJo, but I started watching the Danganronpa anime, which is so random. But I don't know. I liked the game, and I was like, oh, I should see if the like anime series is good. So I looked into it. I got like 3 episodes in this morning, so really recently, And my god, that dub is a bastardization of the game that I was really surprised to see that Funimation was the one dubbing it. Well, was I really that surprised? It's not very good translations. And for a show that's trying to squeeze all this information into anime episodes, you cannot afford to mistranslate any one of their lines. I really, I really didn't like the dub, and ugh. But I don't know. I didn't find a subbed version of it, so I guess if I want to continue watching the anime, then I would have to keep watching the dub because that's the only version that I found. Hmm. Danganronpa 3 anime is comedy gold in a good way. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't really know anything about Danganronpa 3. I know a little bit about 2, but you know, I haven't watched your videos because I haven't watched the show yet. Yeah, it's deceptively long for the episode count. It looks like it's going to be really short, but I really felt exhausted after every Arcane episode. So it was a little bit tougher to get through because after every episode, I was like, whew, I gotta take a break. I gotta get back to this. I mean, it was fine, but it just, I don't know. It took a little bit more effort, I guess, to get through, which is why it took me so long to finally get through it. Also, I wasn't really watching anything while I was on vacation. We had a TV, but who wants to just sit around in your room watching TV when you're on vacation? You want to go out and do things. So, didn't happen. But thank you for the donation, Y Brand. Love your videos. Well, I love you. Yeah. It's yeah, I'm glad that somebody out there appreciates me, like I said before. Have you ever played League of Legends? Nope. Nope, never played it. Never didn't know anything about the lore. After I watched Arcane and did the video on it, I like looked up the characters or the champions from League of Legends to look at their original character descriptions. It's pretty interesting how they adapted those characters. And, overall, I think they did a good job adapting those characters, given what information they had to go on. Um, but yeah, I, I think it makes a little bit more sense now, knowing that like a lot of the main characters were characters that people liked playing in the games, because now that it makes a little more sense why they try to give each character so much screen time, because you want it for the fan service. If people wanted to see like, oh, I wish that character had their own story that I could watch, then you would go to Arcane and you would see that. But yeah, Hextech was still boring. It was still, it wasn't where my focus was at personally. Yeah, they should have split it into 2 seasons. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's not even like that much happens. It's just that everything is happening all at once. So I almost wonder, should they have like continued the plot forward and maybe had flashbacks later on? Or, was there a better way to organize things so that we didn't have to jump from one character to another, to another, to another, and then back to the first character? Because there was so many cuts, so many jumps to each character, and then man. Do you like Goosebumps? Goosebumps, my god. I remember reading the books when I was a wee little lad, but uh, I never watched any of the material. If you're like referring to the shows or whatever movies they made, I've only read the few books that were available to me at my public library. Remember libraries? Those were the days. Went to a theater this year? No. No. Although I would totally love to go to a theater next year because I gotta watch Sonic 2. I gotta drag my boyfriend out to watch that movie with me. He's gonna hate it, but I'll make him do it. He's certainly not he's certainly not a Sonic fan, but I think that he's willing to put up with it if it makes me happy, that's the kind of person that you want by your side for life. The person who will put up with your weirdness to make you happy. What does your boyfriend have against the Sonic movie? Well, I mean, I think he's just turned off by the fact that it's like kids stuff and also furries. You seen the Sonic video game? Oh yeah, it's a Sonic. Well, at first I thought it was called Sonic Rangers, but it's Sonic something else, right? Sonic Frontiers. That's it? Yeah, I think that's it. Both sounding kind of cowboyish. But oh, my boyfriend's in the chat. That's my Adam. I hear my dad coming down from the stairs. Hopefully he doesn't open the door. You can only hope. Yeah, the Sonic movie was fun. I liked it. I'm relatively excited to see the second one. See more characters that I like get put on the screen. Obviously, Tails was my favorite. So I have to. It's a requirement that I must see the Sonic 2 movie strictly for Tails. And then I don't even know what Sonic 3 is going to have in store. Probably Shadow. If I can see the flags where this is heading, they're going to introduce Shadow, aka the edgy Sonic, and that'll be interesting too. So I would probably go see that one as well. Just I would like to see Shadow. Yeah, it's like fuck yeah. He's one of the funniest Sonic characters. He really is, because he's so out of place. Everything else is all like colorful, cartoony. Oh, we're having so much fun saving the world. And then Shadow comes in and he loads up an AK-47 and he just starts blasting. It's so good. So good. I gotta see it. If they have the guts to fucking animate Shadow loading up a gun, that's all I need in life. All I need is to see that on the theater screen. Shadow the Hedgehog 2 video game, guys? Are you down? You want to kill the president with Shadow the Hedgehog? It's so fucking good. They gonna give him a laser gun? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's some pictures of the Sonic 2 movie, and they're introducing Gun. Not guns in general, but Gun, the organization, which are fully equipped with guns and a tank. Oh, give this hedgehog a bazooka. Oh my god. I need to see it. It would be so funny. There's so much entertainment that you can pull strictly from the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. You can pull so much entertainment from that. I knew a guy in middle school who was super into Shadow and talking about how cool he was. Yeah, but Mario could just jump on his head and he would die. It's an inside joke. What about Silver though? Silver's fine, I guess. He's not Shadow though. There's so many Sonic characters too. So I'm willing to bet if they had the budget for it, they would have like a bunch of cameos, but I don't think you could fit them all in a movie trilogy. And whether or not the Sonic movies do well enough to be more than a trilogy, I don't know. I don't know about that. That'd be really funny if it like just kept on going, more and more Sonic movies for the rest of our lives. Dear God, the monster would prove to be way too strong. The autism it would cause, it would be immense. Need a Sonic movie musical by the producer of Cats. No way. Keep that away from them. Alright, guys. So, now that we've talked about Sonic for a solid 10 minutes, What other topics are there? What's the current news? Not too much. You ready for live action One Piece? Not quite, no, but I'm I'm waiting for the trailer. The trailer's not going to come out for a while, of course. I mean, the show itself is not going to come out for a while, but we got time to dread that moment. I'm sure it'll be bad, right? The question is really, how bad will it be? Will it be just like a little bit bad where it's enjoyable and funny? Will it be just straight up funny bad, or will it be super offensive bad? Who knows? Who knows? But I did like the casting. I was digging it with the casting. It seems about right to me, at least. I know that some people were a little bit not convinced, but what are you gonna do? Apparently, Netflix is also making a Mega Man live action. Yeah, I briefly talked about that in the last stream. I don't know how that'll turn out, but apparently that the idea for that movie was bounced around all over the place, and now it finally just landed in Netflix's lap, and now they're going to go through with finally making it. But I don't know. Just doesn't work. Anyone remember Dragon Ball Evolution movie? Nobody needs to be reminded of that. Yeah, I mean, some things are just harder to adapt into live action. Some things are really just meant to be animated. They're just meant to be a cartoon or an anime or whatever. Some things you can do. I think some things are possible to adapt into live action and make it work. For sure. But One Piece is not one of them, I would say. I actually would have said that Cowboy Bebop was one of those shows that could pretty seamlessly adapt into live action, but then they fucked that up. They fucked that up super hard, and now it's canceled. So the reason why they fucked that up is so stupid too, because they were trying to be more cartoony than the actual cartoon. It's so stupid. So stupid. And then, of course, insert politics here. A great director could make anime live action work. Yes, yes. Alita Battle Angel. Very good movie. I love that movie. I love the original Alita movie too, but that live action movie was quite good. I think I actually liked it better. It's true. It's very true. Yeah, I cry a tear every night that I'll probably never get an Alita sequel because that was so fucking good. It's a really good movie. I said when I was doing that video about Cowboy Bebop, I said at the end that Alita is the only good live action, and I said it in kind of a joke, but I really do really like that movie. And then like someone messaged me on Twitter this long rant, and the rant starts off like, Alita is not a good live action movie. It's terrible. And first of all, I talked about Alita for like 2 seconds in the video that you're referring to. I don't know how that triggered you so hard that you had to DM me about it. Second of all, Alita fucking rocks. Alita is amazing. Don't at me. Yeah, I love it. OMG, why are you on Twitter? Good question. Good question. Now, the real reason why I am on Twitter and why I don't get off, there's plenty of reasons to get off Twitter. But the main reason is because I'm in touch with a lot of artists through Twitter. And I private message them to like commission stuff. And if I get off of Twitter, then I don't really have a good enough means of contacting them or staying up to date with their work and what they're doing. So, I also have a Minds account and I have Instagram and I guess that's about it. Have a Discord, but I really don't like it when people who I don't know contact me on Discord and then they're like, buy my stuff. That's not a fun part of Discord, I must say. Mm. Well, anyway. What are your thoughts about the Proud Family revival? I mean, I knew that was going to be bad as soon as they announced they were trying to bring back the Proud Family. There's no way. You can't do it. You don't have the tools to do that. You're out of your mind. I loved the Proud Family growing up, though. I did totally enjoy that show. I enjoyed a lot of shows on the Disney Channel. I could spit out a whole list of them. Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon were the shit when I was growing up. Now they're all kind of trash. Now they're all kind of going down into the same drain. It is quite unfortunate. It's not too great. But nothing you can really do there, you know? I did hear that they started broadcasting the original Powerpuff Girls show back on Cartoon Network again for the first time in many, many years. And I thought that was pretty cool. Because that rebooted Powerpuff Girls show is trash. The worst part is the way that they rebooted it. They acted as though it was another season of the same show. So it's called the same exact thing. It's not the same thing, though. It's really not the same thing. If you put a whole other team behind a TV show and you change the art and everything about it, then it's not the same show. It's not just an additional season onto the original show because it's not the original show. You changed everything about it. It's terrible. Anyway. But yeah, the original Powerpuff Girls was awesome. I was super into that. Granted, every little girl was into the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, it's kind of how it is. I watched the Proud Family trailer. The hell was that? I saw animated clips from what I assume was the trailer, and the animation did not look quite good, but I didn't actually sit down and watch it. I just kind of scrolled past it because who cares, you know? I wasn't expecting it to be good in the first place, and animation didn't really sell it for me. But I could totally watch that right now and live react to it for you. Thanks for the donation, Patrick. Merry Xmas. Love your videos. Well, thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's awesome, man. I will have a Merry Christmas. You do the same. Have a good stream. I'm going to head out. Okay. Goodbye, Adam. I'll talk to you later, I suppose. After this stream, I'm probably going to get back to work. I did a few comic pages, but it's never enough. I gotta keep on busting out those pages every day for the rest of my life. Show recommendations. A lot of shows coming up that I would totally fucking recommend. Spy X Family is going to be so good. Oh, Spy Family is going to be so good. It's coming next year, though, so gotta hold on to what we got. And what else is coming out next year? Chainsaw Man is coming out next year, I think. Mob Psycho. It's not coming out next year, but Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, it's coming up. I remember seeing that announcement. I got so hyped. I can't fucking wait for Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100. Oh my god. Did I mention that was my favorite anime? That's my favorite anime. So good. So good. Anyway. Avatar 2 is coming next year. Really? That's coming out next year. I haven't even seen a full trailer for it yet. Usually they try to do a trailer like half a year in advance to get people hyped up for it. Sometimes a year in advance, you know, it depends. Thank you for the donation. Hard to pronounce name. Cartoon Network had the best shows: Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. All fantastic shows. Very true. Very true. All of those were great shows. My God, Craig McCracken was on a roll when he was hitting his prime. I mean, Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Wander Over Yonder, all fucking great shows. I enjoyed all of those thoroughly. Clever cartoons are rare, more so now. Very true. Yeah. But there's a lot of SpongeBob clones out there these days. And not too happy about that. It's too many SpongeBob clones, I think. I mean, some people like them, sure. I understand liking that type of comedy. I liked SpongeBob when I was growing up. It's all fair, you know? But not every show should be SpongeBob. It's definitely going to fry a kid's brain, not watching nothing but super fast-paced jokes, you know? Have you seen Over the Garden Wall? I have not, but I've only heard good things about it. Everyone always says that it's the best shit since sliced bread. That's what I've heard. Alrighty. I'm tired of the bean mouth. Everyone's tired of the bean mouth style, of course. I mean, it is funny that people recognize that a lot of cartoons were copying the same exact style. They call it CalArts style, but it's not really from CalArts per se. It's just that people became a little bit complacent and they weren't as motivated to try something new, try something different as far as style goes. And that's really where the criticism comes from, is the fact that all the shows were trying to be, for the most part, the same. And, you know, even look the same, follow the same formulas, have the same types of jokes. And that's no good. You should try to be experimental. But I don't think that the actual art style itself is bad. I just think that not trying to do something different is bad. You know, you should have multiple art styles that you experiment with before, you know, deciding on which feels more comfortable to you. Witcher Season 2 is out today. Woot. I guess we got a Witcher fan in the chat. Why are you called Dannphan? I was a big fan of Danny Phantom growing up. I had I had a YouTube account for a while with the name Dannphan. All my accounts back then were named Dannphan. And eventually it just stuck because I started uploading more complex videos on this channel, and then they became a little bit more popular, and you know, at that point it's too late to change your name. But I don't mind. It's, yeah, I'm the fucking Dannphan. What of it? Anyway, I guess we'll talk about the one topic that I have, and then we can go back to answering some questions. So, maybe you've heard about this already, maybe you haven't. Disney is looking for 2D animators. What do you think about that? Is Disney returning to its roots? We're going to get a 2D animated show or movie after so long of getting nothing but 3D Pixar-like animation for a very, very long time. Who knows? Who knows? Let me tell you, I of course, 2D animation is my favorite type of animation. It's always going to be my favorite. Nothing is going to replace that in my heart. But I do have some suspicion with this announcement. I'll get into that later, but just to give you an idea, they're looking for people who want to train, essentially. So people who are just coming out of colleges, or people who are inexperienced, people who want their first job in animation. That's what they're looking for right now. And, you know, that's why the title of this article is the way that it is. Disney will pay you to learn traditional animation. And then they list some animation legends that are a part of this program. Which, if I was a younger Dannphan, just coming out of college after learning 2D animation, I would be so wet over this. I would be so excited. I would definitely hop on that bandwagon without a second thought. Um, of course, I have not been learning 2D animation all these years. I've kind of been stagnant. And now I'm focusing my energy on comic books instead. You know how that story goes. But it's definitely very interesting. And I bet that there are a lot of animators out here who are going to look at this and they're going to be super excited and jump right into it. Like, yes, please. Legends of Disney, teach me how to do 2D animated projects. Please let me work on these movies with you. That sounds fantastic. But yeah, getting more into it, of course, and a little bit more detailed into it. I actually looked at the Disney career page where they link to in the article. And it's funny, they're actually looking for artists with less than 3 years of experience. That's not something that you normally hear in these types of job listings, that you're looking for less experience. And, like I said before, recent graduates. So I'm starting to think, hearing that they're looking for people with not a lot of experience, it kind of makes me wonder if they're looking for people who will be cheap to hire. If you don't have experience with an animation job, you probably won't notice that you're getting super underpaid, So I wonder if Disney is doing the anime thing where they super underpay their animators and pump out some 2D animated stuff. I just wonder, that's all. I'm not accusing them of anything. Like I said, if I were in animation and if I had the opportunity to do it, I probably would have done it for sure. Of course. But yeah, it does seem to be happening all of a sudden where they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to teach a bunch of young lads animation. I want them to work for us at Disney, people with less experience." Sounds great. Disney would never do that. I have 0 experience in animation. Hire me, hire me. It's too good to be true. They are profiteers over actual enthusiasts of 2D. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I forgot to even change the screen that I was sharing. I'm a dum-dum. I'm sorry. Let me try that again so that I can actually show you. This one. This is the one that I was actually looking at. Yeah, right down here for eligibility is looking for less than 3 years of animation experience or recent graduates. So it's looking for young, new animators who desperately want to get into a career right fucking now, which makes sense. It's hard to get work in animation. So I'm sure that they'll be able to snatch up a bunch of animators here. regardless of whether or not it's a good thing to leap onto this program. They're idea mining. Damn. Those are some fingers we're pointing here. Does Disney not send their animation work overseas? Well, they have their own animation departments. Their 2D animation department in particular was getting gutted to the point of like not even existing anymore because they've been only doing 3D animation for a very long time. But now it looks like they might be trying to restructure it. And I would be super psyched to see 2D animated Disney movies again. But I would also be super bummed if I found out that the 2D animated Disney movies were made with slave labor because they hired a bunch of inexperienced animators and decided to take advantage of them. I don't want America to go the Japan route of this, is what I'm saying. Hey, Dan, what's your comic book called? I'm writing a couple of comic book series too. Oh, I've got a couple of comic books. That's for sure. You can go to my website, burningstarcomics.net. I got all my comics up on there. But yeah, my newest one was Sonic City Witch. Sonic City Witch. That's a action sci-fi fantasy. Very fun and also deep. Let me see. A person has an interesting pitch named Astor's Rebellion, but nobody has given the creator the time of day. It looks interesting. I think I saw that. I think I saw that somewhere. Was that on Clownfish TV's channel where they gave that a single signal boost? Man, I can't talk today. Well, I can't talk any day. I just can't talk in general. You can easily do 2D using the same programming by just removing a dimension. Yeah, I guess so, right? Oh boy. Well, the thing is, during a certain time, 3D animation was seen as like the new cool thing to do. So everyone was jumping on the chance to do a 3D animated movie because it's kind of like a trend, I guess is the word for it, where everyone just wanted to see the new cool advanced animation. But now I feel like we're getting even more advanced, way past just simple 3D animation. Now they're trying to combine 3D and 2D in a lot of their newest stuff. And not only just stuff like Spider-Verse or Arcane or what was the other one? I forget what it was called. Mitchells. Right? Something the Mitchells. Were the Mitchells? I don't know. Anyway. Then we also have really great movies like Klaus. Klaus was also trying to do a combination of 2D and 3D, and the way that they did it was so much more innovative than anything current Disney is doing. Really, they're not doing much that's innovative anymore. I almost kind of wonder if they're going to try to like copy things that other studios are doing just because they've stopped coming up with their own ideas. Not a lot of Imagineers out there anymore, you know? I think the one you're thinking of is the Mitchells versus the That's it. Yeah. Thank you. I remembered Mitchells. I didn't remember the other part. Hi, Dannphan. You are right. The old Appleseed movie, the Final Fantasy Spirits Within movie. I don't know what you're referring to. Klaus was good. Yes, it was very good. I rewatched it recently because, you know, it's that time of the year for rewatching a boatload of Christmas movies. Got to get in the spirit. Yeah. Klaus was very innovative. I want to see more movies like it, honestly. Not that, you know, not that I'm saying that all movies should have that type of shading, but I think the style that it captured was very, different, and also good. But I'm still a complete cuck for the still a complete simp. That's the word I was looking for traditional 2D animated stuff. Because my God, movies like Sleeping Beauty just fucking take my breath away. They're so fucking beautiful. Thank you again for another donation name I can't pronounce. I'm a fan on the movies like Titan AE. That's another one, huh? Where it was a combination of 2D and 3D, but kept the 2D visuals. Yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, I mean there are a lot of 2D animated movies that have like 3D elements in there, for sure. Now it seems like they're doing the reverse in a lot of the other shows, like Arcane. They're doing 3D animation with some 2D elements in there, which is also pretty interesting. But yeah, I think a mix is good. I think mixes can be quite pretty. Did you hang on? Read this one. Dannphan, did you hear about Toei going after the YouTuber Totally Not Mark, flagging and striking 200 plus vids? Even the art tutorials on non-Toei related characters was struck. I vaguely heard about that. I saw videos about that. I did not actually do more research on that because I don't know. I guess the channels that were covering it at the time, I don't. I should look into it more because I was interested in that situation. It's very unfortunate how YouTube's strike system works because basically all the big companies, some of them, will throw out personal strikes, but a lot of them just use bots to strike videos, which is really frustrating because if it's an accidental strike, then you just gotta get fucked over because they don't check it to see if it's like whatever. Yeah, you. I feel I don't know anything about the dude's channel, but that is really super bullshit to have that many videos taken down just because I don't know, a fucking bot said that your video had copyrighted material in it. Brutal. Have you seen the 2007 film Nocturna? It's a beautiful hand-drawn animated film from the same studio that made Klaus. It sounds familiar. It does. It sounds familiar, but I don't think that I've seen it. Nocturna. Maybe if I see a visual, I'll remember. It's not coming up. Nocturna movie. They were also hired to do films for other places. Oh, I see. Yeah, that looks fun. It's quite stylistic. It's a French movie. Oh, yeah, interesting. I guess I'll look it up. Well, I'll watch it later. I already looked it up, but you know what I mean. You watch Klaus with a Netflix sub? You poor summer child. Oh, thanks for the other donation. I'm sorry if I missed it. I liked The Rescuers Down Under. Also, albeit mild, a combo of 3D and 2D animation. A good Disney animated feature film. It had a theatrical release. Yeah, Rescuers Down Under was definitely good. For sure. I wouldn't say that it's like one of my favorite Disney films, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty up there, 130 pieces of silver to betray someone for me. What's going on now? Oh, are you trying to post something? I don't know. I just read a comment that said YouTube censors me when I post links. I I know that YouTube automatically takes off a bunch of stuff in like comments and chat. For the most part, I think I'm able to approve of stuff in real time for stuff that they censor in chat. But on the comments section, it's so much more complicated to sift through like all the held for review comments. Also because like some of them are so fucking nasty. Like some of them makes complete sense for YouTube to flag them because they're so fucking crazy. Um, but yeah, people get like angry at me sometimes because their comment didn't show up on my video, and it's like YouTube did that. I'm not doing that. Uh, I don't just sit around on the comments section waiting for someone to post something and then delete it. That happens. It's automation. It's all automation. I'm not that crazy to like sit up late at midnight with bloodshot eyes waiting to delete your comments immediately as soon as you post them. That's not what happens. What about the posters behind you? One is a Maliki drawing. Maliki? Not sure. There's Jawbreakers, Oh Girl, and that last one is X-Men Years of Future Past. Oh, and of course these are the, oh well, I gotta move my finger over here. These are the One Piece wanted posters that I've had for a quite long time. There's also a postcard that really doesn't fit as well on the wall. Just a Starfire postcard that I thought looked cute. Although I don't like her outfit in that postcard. It's not a pretty outfit. YouTube censors everybody when it comes to links. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people who try to like sell scams in the comment section or like link to porn, stuff like that. And that shit is fucking weird. I don't like it. But it is unfortunate that other people who are trying to post more genuine links also get hit with the bots getting rid of those comments, you know? What's the best shonen ever created in your opinion? Mob Psycho 100. That counts as shonen, right? What counts as shonen? Is it only stuff published by Shonen Jump? Is that all shonen? Or does it just have to fit a certain check mark? Yeah, it's wrong how DMCA can be abused, but the dislikes the problem to help small-time creators. I remember Teleparte and Raging Golden Eagle for sexy material. Yep. That was horrible. I hated that. They banned God Teleparte. But yeah, it's like they should be trying to fix the takedowns and the strikes and the copyright issues, and they fucking take away dislikes. That was like the one thing that made YouTube unique, is the fact that you could dislike something and have it, see the counter, and it's like they're trying to be more like what Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. They're all the same. They just count the likes. They don't count the comments. Ugh. Whatever. And then you can just what's even more annoying about it is that they already made it optionable to take away the comments and make the likes and dislike ratio invisible. They already had that option, but because companies only want to see the good stuff, they only want to see the likes. They don't want to make both invisible, but they can't say that. So it's like, I guess we just have to apply that rule to everybody now. It's a bummer. YouTube is a bummer. They keep on ruining their own platform. Eventually, everyone's going to get off, right? Eventually, YouTube is just going to change so much about its platform that as soon as it has a competent competitor, everyone's just moving to them. We all know YouTube is protecting brands. Yep, very true. Very true. They don't want people to see how many dislikes from big yep. It's a shame. Odyssey still has dislikes. I think I remember a long time ago checking out Odyssey, and I couldn't figure it out. It didn't work for me for some reason. Maybe I just went on to the broken version of the website. Maybe there's a new version that actually works. Because I've heard people mention Odyssey over and over again, and I keep on thinking to myself, I'm not going back to that broken website. But if people keep talking good about it, then maybe it works now. Maybe the website works again. I don't know. You can still use the views likes ratio to see how many dislikes may be there. Well, there's the plugin that you can put on your browser that'll put back the dislikes so you can see how many. So that's helpful. But eventually, of course, Google is going to ban that plugin. So what about BitChute? BitChute sucks. BitChute has always sucked. I don't know why people say that BitChute is good. It's always been bad. The problem is that a lot of other streaming sites like YouTube sucks. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them do suck. They suck all the fun. And YouTube, I still think, despite the fact that it's been going downhill steadily, they have also over the years made improvements to their site. So it's kind of, it's kind of going both directions. There's a lot of improvements to their site. I think that the algorithm has been, to some extent, getting better. Some extent. I don't want to give them too much credit, because I still get recommended videos after clicking that I don't want to see that video anymore. They still fucking pop it up on the homepage. Stop. But overall, I think YouTube is a very clean, crisp experience. But then there's removing stuff that we like about it. So it's are you willing to be on a roughly formatted, janky site to have stuff that you like on there? Or do you want a clean, crisp experience with stuff that you don't like on there? It's a balancing act. It's a shame. Google YouTube will simply buy up any competitor streaming service and enforce the rules there. Maybe. Define crisp and clear. There was this one a few days ago. I noticed that the YouTube homepage had this feature on it that I had only seen before on the mobile app, where if you stay on one video for a full second, it'll start playing the video. And I think that is the most obnoxious part of the mobile app. I hate it because it makes it so that I can't read the title without playing the fucking video and then having that in my watch history and then affecting my fucking algorithm. But, for a second there, it looked like they were applying that onto the YouTube site. And that was freaking me out because I was like, oh God, I don't want to accidentally hover over a video and have it start playing. But now it doesn't look like it's doing that. Let me check before I... And I mean actually playing the full video. I don't mean playing a preview of the video. Yeah, it's not doing it right now. It's just doing a preview. But man, if they put that feature On the browser version, my mind would explode. I would hate that so much. You can turn that mobile function off. How? How? I mean, I've looked into it. I just couldn't figure it out. It's so annoying. I hate it. Yeah, I saw that too. It was some kind of incomplete feature deployment that got pulled. Yeah, pull that shit permanently. I do not like the mouse over watching tiny video. I don't even like it when I'm watching a video and then I click back on, I click the YouTube icon to go back to the home page and it's still playing the video in the corner. Why? I clicked on the home because I didn't want to be on the video page anymore. I didn't want to watch the video anymore. Stop playing the video. So irritating. These are good examples of the things that YouTube are trying to advance with. But actually they're just making it worse on YouTube by adding in these shitty features. And I get the point of it. The point of it is to get you to watch more videos, basically. Because, you'll be more inclined to watch the video if it starts automatically playing. But it's so fucking obnoxious. Ah, I do hate it. Hate it. They should be focusing more on the idea of getting people to interact with videos more. Leave comments, leave a like or dislike, and subscribe and stuff like that. They shouldn't just be like looking for cheap views by automatically playing videos like a fucking porn site with a pop-up. So irritating. YouTube, man. Get your shit together, YouTube. Window mode. I hate that. I hate it. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about YouTube. Consume media product citizen. Ah, yes, consume product citizen. Enjoy. Enjoy your shitty video that you didn't want to watch but just started auto playing because we're pretty sure you want to watch this video. You don't know what you want, but we do. We are the algorithm. Yeah. Tap on your icon on the right, go to the settings, general tab, and playback and feeds turn off. That should fix it. So it won't autoplay the video if I scroll on it. Playback and feeds. All right. I mean, I'll look for it. Favorite quote. Whoa! Sorry, the cringe was too strong. Oh, man. Some of these quotes I remember, some of them I have no idea. I have no idea what people are referring to. It'll be great to do a compilation video with all of my Dannphan quotes. So good. I gotta find all those videos though. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the Friday stream pretty soon. So any questions, comments, concerns, list your grievances now while I'm still here, because in about a minute, I'ma be outie. I gotta get back to work on my comics. Got a lot of comics. I'm not even doing work on the comic that I'm supposed to be working on. I'm supposed to be doing work for the comic me and my boyfriend are going to do, and I guess I still have to do some work on Sonic City Witch. For the most part, I'm done sketching up issue 2 of Sonic City Witch, though, so now I'm just waiting for the artist. And yeah, then I guess I'll procrastinate and work on drafts for issue 3. Thank you again for another donation, Maverick. Here's some last minute simp money. Very much appreciated. How's it going, Sonic City Witch? It's going pretty good, I think. It's a slow process. I think we only have like 3 pages officially done of the comic. But, it's one artist doing all the inks himself, so I can't really blame him. He's doing such a good job. I love how the pages look. Uh, okay. How much do you practice drawing, and do you feel that you improve? I don't know. I guess I try to draw a little bit every day, or maybe 5 days a week. I mean, I've been doing comic pages for the most part every day, and then take like a weekend breaks. Same thing with the videos. I take the weekend breaks. Those are the days that I try to spend with my boyfriend and try to relax, so that I don't, you know, explode from the stress pressure building up. But yeah, I mean, I don't practice so much, as much as I just like draw only page sketches. And dear God, I don't know if I'm improving. It kind of feels like I'm a bit stagnant. I'm also like kind of insecure about doing books where I do all the art, which is part of the reason why I've been hiring artists to do a lot of my newer books. Um, I mean, the one that I'm doing with Adam, I wanted to do all the art for that one. So that one will have all my art drawn by little old me, but I'm not sure if it's going to look good, hopefully. And then the other comic that I'm simultaneously working on, just because I had the inspiration for it in the moment, that one, I don't know if I want to be the artist on that one, or if I should just hire someone else, because I don't feel like I'm very good. I'm okay, but I just don't know if people will want to see stuff with my art style. So it's a little, just a little bit insecure. The Ellie animatio was very good, by the way. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah, glad you enjoyed. Doing stuff like Ellie the Eliminator, that feels like easy to do the art for that, because I can draw cute things. Drawing more serious stuff, however, for when I'm doing more serious comics, I feel like I'm much, much more inexperienced. So, I don't know. Maybe I just got to keep on working at it, get more experience in drawing more serious stuff. Maybe then people would want to look at my my artwork. But mm, I think I'm just I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to do a poll or something to figure out if people like my anime style art, or if I should just hire someone else to to be the artist for certain comics. All right. Yeah. Well, the live stream's over. Go home. Good night, everyone. I'll see you next week. Monday, we got the High Guardian Spice reviews. Oh, next episode's gonna be great. Anyway, see you guys.